Good day. Here's your Thursday, September 18th recorded planning briefing. Looking at the weather threat matrix, I'm mainly just highlighting wind. There's some thunderstorm chances on Sunday and then a wind shift that shows up in southwest Montana as well. Warm and dry through Saturday. We start to get some wind in the afternoon, but it's just a little bit more than the the light wind that we'll have until then. But the windier day is showing up on Sunday, where gusts of 30 to 40 miles per hour are looking to be common, and we're also seeing shower and thunderstorm chances, but those are a little less certain at this point. Colder, or at least a cooler morning is showing up for Monday morning, where we could get frost in the valleys, and then warmer and drier through mid next week. Looking at the satellite image here, nice and high and dry right now. We do have a little weak system that's going to pass tomorrow. Mostly just going to see some cloud cover with that. The weather system that stands out for Sunday is way back here, so that comes through and will flatten the ridge at a minimum, and some of the stronger solutions show more shower and thunderstorm activity. Taking a look here at our temperatures, we see that we're above average through Saturday. The cool down shows up on Sunday and Monday, and then back to above normal for Tuesday and Wednesday. And looking way out there, probably another weather system somewhere near like the end of the week or the next weekend, but timing is an issue on that one. Relative humidity stays dry until Sunday, and then we dry back out for early to mid next week. Looking at the wind timing here, we start to see just that little bit of an increase tomorrow afternoon, and then we see especially especially by the afternoon on Sunday, but probably a little bit even in the morning, but afternoon and evening is showing up for the gustier time period. Looking at the lower end wind gusts, there's a fair amount of, this is the 25th percentile showing that the up to near 30 miles per hour will be common in the valleys, higher winds in the mountains. Looking at the average wind gust, that's when we start to see these mid 30s that show up pretty consistently, and then higher end or the 75th percentile wind gusts is where we could see 40s, maybe even close to 50. So that would be probably more isolated with a stronger shower would be able to bring these type of winds. Timing for the precipitation, which right now is still showing up fairly low. We'll see if that increases as we get closer, but it just doesn't look like a widespread rain event. And then here that's showing that the range is really from like 0 to 0.2 for most places. It kind of depends on how those showers develop. Looking at those temperatures on Monday morning, here's the probability of getting temperatures in the 30s, so less than 40 is what I used here. And we're seeing a fair amount of the valleys, even Missoula Bitterroot up in the Flathead showing up as well. So we'll need to keep an eye on that. If you live in a colder place that tends to be colder than the airports, then you probably need to protect your plants on Monday morning. And then looking out there farther, this is the September 27th forecast, where more of the models are starting to show some type of weather system, but all have a much different picture on this. It looks to like, from what we're seeing here in the office, there's probably more to do with the timing of the weather system, not so much as if it's going to exist or not. So there's kind of a range between a few days of when it could happen, and then there's a range of how strong that'll be. So we'll just have to look as we get closer. Just wanted to let you know that it looks more active as we get to the end of the month. And with that more active weather pattern showing up, that's leaning to average to just below average or equal chances for our temperatures to go, yeah, below to about average, and then leaning above average for our precipitation. The next briefing is scheduled for Sunday. If you have any questions, please let us know. Have a good day.